Good day, everyone. We are focusing today on aspects of latest developments within the advanced air mobility space. We will be focusing first on the certification process. As we speak, we are looking at various companies on a global scale working on these concepts. Certification is a challenge that's come into play. The national aviation authorities on the global scale are facing hurdles, but they're not impossible to gain these certifications, may it be type certification or production certification. One example is the EHONG's EH216S. The Civil Aviation Authority of China has enabled this one specific model to be flown in the urban environment. And they've not left themselves to China. They have explored avenues within the UAE as well as Saudi. Another near future aspect is the Olympic Games 2024 in July, Paris. There has been a major discussion for some time now to get certification processes in place and enable passenger transport in Paris during these games, which are important. But yes, the question of risk management as well as risk mitigation have come alive without having too many solutions. We are looking forward for this becoming a reality, but it seems dubious for now. The second is the industry advancements. Future air mobility, which resorts to different categories like hypersonic, supersonic, SST 2.0 after the Concorde with the Overture program and other front runners. Advanced air mobility is within the same domain. So considering these, we are looking at the most promising factor of future air mobility, which is air taxis. Doable, sustainable, as per international standards. They are being wanted as a solution to the global challenge of traffic congestion in metropolitan cities. They have tried everything from underground to subway to on-ground, trams, carpooling, taxis, buses, trains, but nothing has really resolve this challenge. You leave your home at 8:30 at any of these capital cities and you are stuck in traffic for at least an hour, give or take a few. Same holds valid at pack-up time at 5 in the evening. So to save time and resources, we need to make sure. And the most important resource that we have and which we are losing here is time. To save time, valuable to everyone, the solution is advanced air mobility or urban air mobility vehicles being specific. Number 3 are stakeholders, the all-important players in the game of advanced air mobility space. We have regulators, operators, manufacturers, but the X factor in the whole domain is the passenger. Rest assured, they have linear and exponential connections with the success of AAM space, but the most important aspect is collaboration. We require to bring everyone to the same board, sit down and discuss the pros and cons, the challenges and the capabilities of the AAM space. How does it facilitate all stakeholders? It should always and will always be a win-win synergetic solution, not a win-lose scenario. For this, we need 1, quantitative and qualitative research on aspects of AAM space, and 2, the best practices that come into play. These will be from various stakeholders, the better ways of achieving a specific objective of, once again, multimodal transport will be a focus of these stakeholder meetings. Let's talk of the certification process. The pathway that is required to get these vehicles in the air safe, secure, in an efficient manner. CASA from Australia has already initiated a discussion, research and way ahead to ensure that this pathway is taken correctly and then replicated in different countries of the world. As we know, aviation is one of the most regulated industries of the world, and that is why it is so safety risk managed, so well risk mitigated. Same is required for the AAM vehicles, without which we cannot really move ahead. Neither will be the public comfortable or the common man flying an AAM vehicle be comfortable, nor the insurance products or insurance companies. And as we know, all flying vehicles or aircraft require insurance, without which they cannot operate. This is another prerequisite. Solutions need to be looked at in certification both in the short and the long term, without which we cannot really move ahead. Short-term solutions involve immediate certification processes, and long-term solutions go into the policy and strategic guidelines for the coming 20 to 30 years. We've touched upon future air mobility. As mentioned, hypersonics, supersonics, drones and AM space are aspects which are being focused on. Our relationship is with the AM space. We're looking at a timeline of something 2030s where we are able to look at all of these materializing to at least their initial potential. The Overture program with the hypersonic SST 2.0 is on the cards, but advanced air mobility is really pushing the envelope right now, with timelines of 2025 in Dubai, 2026 in Abu Dhabi and the Saudi airspace. Not to mention, London has given a timeline of 2028 for initial and full operations in 2030. So very much on the cards, near future, not the distant, and we're looking at solutions to our urban transport challenges, which is once again congestion on the roads, to be easier, more efficient for the people who are traveling, may it be executive class or the liberalized common man. Both will have solutions in the short and the long term of AM space. The third aspect we discussed was collaboration. NASA is one of the forerunners in the same, generating discussions, research on aspects, white papers related to AM space is their ballpark understanding. The United States Congress has also instituted the AMIWG, the Intra-Agency Working Group, which is enabling different stakeholders coming together and having value-adding discussions for each other. Best practices being learned from one segment and taken into the account of the other. Synergizing efforts and making the most of everyone else's experience. Last but not the least, ICAO, with its AAM symposium taking place in the latter half of this year. There will be major discussions from subject matter experts from across the globe working under the umbrella of the International Civil Aviation Organization. There will be a major push, lots of shades of grey converting into black and white, and facilitating the national aviation authorities, because as we know, the CAAs, the FAA, the CASA, all of these are working under the direct influence or supervision of the United Nations ICAO. So if they come with a plan which is expected in the latter half of the year, we are looking at some very fruitful discussions and takeaways for everyone involved. These three forward-looking advances in AM space brings us to a closure of our discussion today. I am looking forward for our discussions into our various aspects of advanced air mobility space in times to come. I thank you for your patient hearing. See you next time. Bye for now.